Hi, and welcome back to Rob and Sue's World Traveller. I'm Rob, and as you can see, Sue is nowhere to be seen yet again. Now, I've had people ask if Sue is just a figment of my imagination, but no, she's definitely a real person. She's just a little camera shy, and I'm working on that. But not today. She's actually at work earning lots of money for our next adventure. And I am at home working through my long list of chores that she leaves me on a regular basis. Just call me Cinderella. Only today I've rushed through them to make sure I have enough time to begin my plans for a special birthday surprise for Sue, which is exactly 1 year away as of a couple of days ago. Now, Sue and myself don't have a bucket list as such, but we do both have a couple of dream destinations. For me, apart from the obvious travel back to Singapore and Malaysia because I happen to think they're the most amazing places in the world, I've always wanted to go to the Maldives. I've always wanted to sit on those white crystal sands and swim in those beautiful turquoise lagoons. But I know Sue doesn't fancy the idea mainly because of the speedboat or seaplane transfers, so maybe that's never going to happen. I've offered to leave her at home for this one. I've got a waiting list of friends with their bikinis and suntan lotion packed, all on standby, just waiting for the word from me. But Sue seems a bit reluctant about that option as well. Can't imagine why. Sue, on the other hand, regularly tells me how she would love to go to Australia and Las Vegas, but not necessarily at the same time. Now, Australia I can probably handle. I have friends I would like to catch up with there, plus I have lots to see. Plus I've got in the back of my mind we could do an Australia to Asia cruise, calling off at many of my dream destinations like Singapore, Langkawi, Phuket, or even Japan. So that's definitely on the cards for the future. But Vegas? Ugh. I can't think of anything more unpleasant. Brash, vulgar, commercial, or to use President Trump's favourite word, fake. Yeah, millions stream there every year, so maybe I'm just not seeing the bigger picture. On the other hand, I've been thinking for the last few months what an awesome birthday present that would be. So, I've been checking every night for the last week for British Airways to release their July 2019 flight schedule. As you know, we have a British Airways American Express card and we collect their Avios miles, and we regularly clock up enough miles each year to get some decently priced reward flights to exotic places. For instance, we regularly get £700 tickets to Mexico for just £300. You still have to pay the astronomical and very unfair UK air passenger duty, the fuel surcharges and the airport passenger fees, but it's still worth it. So today, guess what I've managed to do? I've only managed to grab 2 premium economy seats from Gatwick, London to McCarran International Airport in, yes, you've guessed it, Las Vegas. That must be crazy. Now, there's normally only 3 or 4 reward seats still left on sale by the time I get to them, and sometimes they've already gone for the flights I want, hence why I've been religiously checking each day to make sure I was at the front of the queue. So, pat on the back, mission accomplished. Of course, getting there is only half the problem. Now I've got to find somewhere to stay. I've had a chat to one of Sue's relatives who visits Vegas on a regular basis, and she's recommended the very palatial Venetian Hotel. But unfortunately, it was more or less fully booked for the dates we will be there, except for some really expensive rooms. But I have found a very good and affordable deal on my favourite Booking.com website, and that's not an advert. We are now booked into the New York Hotel, so good I've had to say it twice, for 4 whole extravagant nights, which is very close to the central attractions and ought to be enough to take in the sights and sounds of Vegas. I can endure 4 nights, surely. Finally, I've dashed on to the Holiday Inn website and I've quickly booked the park and stay and go at the Povey Cross Road Holiday Inn, Gatwick Airport. Wow, that's a mouthful. Where we normally stay when we're flying from Gatwick. And with a nice midday departure, we can have a relaxing drive down and a nice stay over before the awful 11-hour trip. I know. I'm going to hate it, because inevitably the people in front are going to immediately recline their seats, and I get so claustrophobic when that happens and I just hate it. But I'm going to take some sleeping tablets or something like that and try to sleep through the whole trip. Hopefully. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep this trip a secret for the whole year, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Of course, Sue's going to have figured it out by the time we get to check-in, unless the security are happy for it to go through blindfolded, of course. So it's getting late and I've got to go and pick her up from work, so shh, not a word to anybody. And I will pop back in, say, a year's time, and I'll let you know how I'm getting on. So bye for now. Oh, Sue, when you see this, you really ought to consider the Maldives. Very nice place. So, hi again. I'm hiding in the loft, pretending to be finding some Christmas decorations. No, it's not a year since our last chat. It's just a quick update to say I've been regularly checking on booking.com for rooms to become available at the Venetian in Vegas, but nothing doing. It's even fully booked on the Venetian's own website unless I want a suite which costs the price of our house. What I did notice is that they were doing a secret deal on booking.com for the New York hotel. Same room, same dates that I've already reserved, at a whopping £150 cheaper for the stay. This is the beauty of booking.com in my mind. I'd previously booked the room with the cancel the night before option, just in case the Venetian came free. So it's quite simple to book another room at the lower price and then cancel the original one. As specified, New York had already taken a small deposit, but this was promptly refunded, and a second, even smaller deposit taken for the second booking. This just gets even better. Ironically, there's been an immense amount of chatter about Las Vegas recently between Sue and the girls, and other friends and relatives, and I just keep saying, in your dreams. So I'm just hoping she hasn't stumbled across anything that's given the game away, and Sue is like the most difficult person in the world to spring a surprise on. Stay tuned. Hello, it's me again. No, it's not time to fly to Las Vegas yet. Just a very quick update, because I'm a bit cheesed off this morning. Couple of things. One of the recommendations I always make, as I said before with booking.com, if you book the sort of free cancellation, pay later option, you can keep checking on a regular basis to see if the rooms have gone down. Now, since I spoke to you last time, they did another secret deal where they actually had a better grade room cheaper than the one I'd booked. Unbelievable. So I've yet again cancelled that one and rebooked the better room at a cheaper price. So this trip is just getting cheaper and cheaper all the time, which is good for me because I don't want to go to Vegas, so this is an absolute bonus that is not costing me as much as I thought. Anyway, that aside, one of the things that Sue keeps saying to me, and that's really annoyed me, is that when she goes to Vegas eventually, and of course she doesn't know she's going, one of the things that she wants to do is go and see a Donny Marie in concert in Vegas. Now, grief, can't stand the pair of them, but that's by the by. I always take her to see Donny Osmond when he's in the UK, and she loves it, so that's the main thing. So, of course, being the dutiful husband, decided to go and have a look. So I thought it would be another good add-on for the fantastic birthday surprise I've organised for her. And unfortunately, I found that Donny Marie decided that after 10 years, I think it was, they were no longer going to play at Vegas as of May, which is a bit crap because I booked flights for July because there were no flights in May for the reward seats, so I could only go in July. So that was a little bit disappointing, and I know she's going to be upset when we get there that she can't go and see them. Hey-ho. But, I've got her to Las Vegas, so that's half the wish list accomplished. But, to my real annoyance, I was looking last night on the internet to see what else we could maybe go and have a look at while we were there, and damn me, they've decided to do another residential spell over at the Flamingo starting in August of all times. August! I could have probably booked a flight for then. So now I am well cheesed off, and all I can say to the Osmonds is, for God's sake, get your act together and decide what you're doing a little bit more in advance, because now you've totally spoilt the trip. When I get there and she finds out that they're on a month from the day that we arrive, she's not going to be at all happy. So thanks, Donny, thanks, Marie, and who are we going to go and see instead? Penn and Teller, maybe. There's nobody else on. I can't believe it. Las Vegas, supposed to be the show capital of the world, and there's sod all on. What's the point? I could have just gone to somewhere like, I don't know, Maldives. At least I know where the fish would have arrived on time. Honestly. Anyway, be right back. Oh, hello. The things I have to do to keep this a secret from Sue. So I promise you a final update of my surprise trip to Las Vegas for Sue's birthday, and here it is. The story so far. The flights are all booked and the premium economy seats confirmed with British Airways, courtesy of our American Express Avios rewards. And although that's took a whole chunk of my miles up, not only have I saved hundreds of pounds on the airfares, but I've already managed to replenish most of those miles, and Sue has received her next free companion ticket. So we're good to go for our next long haul booking, which I think we might be booking sometime after Christmas. And it might be the Maldives, who knows. My booking.com strategy has paid off as well. What was the strategy? Well, if you recall, I booked the New York hotel last year, about July last year, for £561 for the 4 nights. But then I checked at least weekly to see if the prices were changing, and sure enough, back in October last year, I managed to rebook the very same room for £110 less, which is a pretty good saving. After that, the price held steady until January this year, but then they put a special offer on booking.com, which meant I could upgrade to a much larger suite for just £28, which was £9 a night. And although I was aiming for the cheapest price possible, because I'm a cheapskate, as you know, I thought, what the hell, it's a small price for a bit of added luxury. Since then, the prices have, as expected, slowly climbed as we get closer to the date. I'm still keeping my eyes on the last minute deals, but I don't expect them to change now. Of course, the exchange rates keep fluctuating, so it's not an exact science. One downside was my request for a walk-in shower for Sue. It's took a bit of discussion, and I've received some quite poor responses from the booking.com app, saying that it would be subject to availability on arrival. Well, obviously that's not much good to us. Generally, I have this type of requirement written in stone before I arrive, otherwise I just cancel the booking. One thing I can recommend with the American hotels, and I'm not sure if it's just restricted to Vegas, is email either the front desk or the concierge, or in my case, both. Before I'd even received a reply back from Booking.com guest services, the concierge had picked up my email, scooted down to the front desk and made all the necessary arrangements. The downside I mentioned is that I had a king room booked, but we had to change to a queen room, as this is the only one that I have with rolling showers. That's probably going to benefit Sue, because she likes sleeping in a different bed to me anyway. Not surprisingly, the Bellagio and the Venetian are still double to 3 times the price I've paid, so although I would have liked to change to those, they're out of my price range. With only 6 days to go, Sue's still unaware of my destination for our little surprise trip, mainly because I've not told anybody, not the kids, my mum, workmates, absolutely nobody. It's the only way I can guarantee it can't slip out accidentally. Now, that's not to say Sue's happy with that. Oh no, she's apparently having a look at my phone in case I've left messages about it. She's quizzing everybody as we get closer to the day, but I'm not going to break. I'm hoping I can check in at an unmarked check-in desk without the desk clerk shouting out our destination, which would mean I could probably get her all the way down to the plane before she finally found out where we're going. It's not going to happen, I know, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? One final thing before I sign off, is the disappointing news, of course, that Donny Marie had stopped their residency at the Flamingo. And then they decided they were going to extend it to June the 15th, but just before we arrive. Well, that was pretty crap as well. That's, of course, if you remember, that's what Sue wants to see most of all. The good thing is, I went to pop on just a couple of days ago to check if there was anything else we could go and watch, and damn me, they've extended it through to November. So I just managed to get 2 tickets for Donny and Marie's concert. I hope they're good, because I can't stand the people, but Sue loves them, so I'm hoping that's going to be the icing on the cake for her. So hopefully the next time you hear from us, we're going to be stood outside the Statue of Liberty, outside the New York Hotel in Las Vegas, with a big grin on her face. Let's see. Until then, we'll see you later. Excuse me. Say good morning to my camera.
Good morning, camera.
Where are we?
At the airport.
Where are we going?
Still don't know.
That's funny.
I could find out in 5 seconds if I need to.
You could. How?
I go on here and get with departures.
You could do. You know the flight number?
No, when it was at 12 o'clock.
There you are then. You know how many planes leave here at 12 o'clock?
Well,
It'll be one of them.
do I need to go and get a meal deal?
Eh?
Do I need to go and get a meal deal?
A modium?
Meal deal.
Oh, a meal deal. So it's a modium. Yeah, you can get a meal deal if you want. We're there at 3 o'clock though. So we'll get one anyway. Gotta go and get some magazines.
Yeah.
Very good. Right, say bye-bye camera.
Bye-bye, camera.
We'll see you on the plane.
See you on the plane. Yes? Hello, camera.
Where are we going?
We're going to Vegas.
Say it again.
We're going to Vegas.
Are you happy?
Yes?
Was it a good choice?
Yes?
I mean, the good books?
Well, no, because you said there's things I've got to get used to, the idea of.
Oh well, I'll tell you them later. We've got 11-hour flight, that's the first thing to get used to.
I know. I thought,
There you go. So was it worth waiting a year to find out about it?
oh yeah, because this is never in a million years would I have thought it was Vegas.
Yeah, well, there you go then. Job's done. Right spoiled, aren't you?
We've had ice cream before one time.
France. Yeah, France, I think. KLM used to do ice creams.
Recently?
Oh, right. Don't know then. Could have been. Get a bit cloudy outside, I think you're going to get some turbulence in a minute.
You see ice cream?
You've got the cauliflower risotto.
It's lovely.
Nice. The meals have been really good, haven't they, I think? And I've got the accidental stir fry. There's a story behind that. I'll tell you that later. Getting close now. interview is the Statue of Liberty. We're just coming to interview the Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty in the middle. That little, you see that building there? Looks like it's under a chimney on the top.
Yeah.
That's separate. Is it big enough for you?
Oh, very. There's so many taxis though, can't you? But people don't walk far, do they? You sound effusive. Oi, over in the next bed.
Do you mean massive or mahoosive?
Effusive.
I don't know how you spell mahoosive. Sorry. Do me a favour.
Did you decide? Yes, thank you.
Well, I'm at a loss. I don't know what to have. No, it's okay. Don't go.
No, because
I'll be here all day otherwise.
Is that?
Put the phone down. Put the phone down. Take your glasses off. I'll cut that bit. And I'll have to do all that again because I've spoke.
Just tolerate it for a second. Yeah, I feel like
We might get some cheap sketches.
Next stop is Bally's at Paris Las Vegas Station.
Hold on tight.
Bally's at Paris Las Vegas Station.
Stand here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well, let me get in the corner then.
Resort Casino, the Dar Hotel and Spa, Vanguard Oriental, Weir Towers, and Crystal's Retail District. With its cutting edge.
Nobody in that pool. Ready to go. Yeah. What ducklings?
Oh.
I'll just chuck some food in there, so that looks. Or pallets. Well, we're here at Carlos and Charlie's, and we've decided to have a plate of nachos, but they were so expensive we decided to only have one and share it. And my God, are we glad we've only had one, because that would have been absolutely ridiculous. Wow. I hope they haven't put two on there and charged us double. Tell me again.
We'll go down on the lift, there,
Yeah.
and walk that street.
What? All that?
Yeah, well, see what's there.
What, instead of going up monorail?
Yeah. Where we've got to go, we're further than...
Well, we're going to that Eiffel Tower, then across road. Oh no, that's Bellagio. No, we're going further than that.
We're further.
Well, you can go down to Eiffel Tower, then get up monorail there if you want. It's not that high.
Is that? Yeah, it's not that
You'll
high.
find out tonight when you're on it. That's not picture, that's video.
It's even worse.
I know. Donny Osmond! Oh, you're going to be repaying this forever, you realise that, don't you? Okay?
You slack.
Yeah, come on, point range. I'll say one thing, they don't half look after immobile, do they?
They look after
Lifts,
everybody,
ramps.
don't they? I just think,
It's been really
you
good.
stay out of the heat as much as you want to stay out of the heat,
Yeah,
which I'm
well,
quite
not seen sun yet, have we really?